have good days and bad when masking in iColorama. Sometimes I'm Cool Hand Luke, and the next day I may be Shaky Jake. So when doing a circular thing, I go straight to the shape mask. Now, there is a problem with that when looking at something that may appear to be circular in a photograph. Unless a photographer has used a spirit level to get his camera to perfectly perpendicular to a circular object, there is going to be distortion. So the circular shape mask will not work straight off. But there are ways of getting around it. Here I am making my preliminary efforts at fitting the mask to the plate, and it's not all that clear sometimes. The bounding red circle is a two-edged sword. It actually can obscure as much as it shows, and hence the use of a gradient so I can see what's happening. You hide the tool and the boundary line disappears, and then you see, and then you bring it back again and make an adjustment. I usually use quite a gaudy colour and contrasting colour so I can see what I'm doing. Although when I go to create my mask, I return to black and white, or to white, and sometimes we'll find that, as here, that I have missed the top of the plate, and in trying to move it, on taking my finger off, the mask has jumped up, and so I have to move it down again until I get it right. And you can see the bottom of the mask is quite a bit off the plate. The plate is shallower than it is broad. So we can get round that. We'll just make a mask with this. And save that. And return to the base image. I'm now going to blend but not apply the mask to the base image. I'll reduce the opacity and adjust the mask so that it matches the bottom. I slide it upwards. It's now overlapping the top. But when I have it in position, I can sort this out using blend modes. So there we are. We've got the second mask, which is higher than the first. And as you can see, we've missed the bottom of the thing, and that has to be painted in. So we call up the white gradient, the brush mask, and paint out the parts that have been missed out, and save off the second mask. Now we will go back to the base image and import the first mask. There it is. And now we go and get the second mask. If I hit the before button, you can see the difference between the masks. One high, one low. I haven't applied yet. Now, So now I'm applying the screen mode, which clips off the top and clips off the bottom, making a mask that fits the plate now. There's only one obstacle left. The pears on the top left of the plate and the apples on the top right slightly overhang the side of the plate. So we're going to have to use the brush mask and bring Shaky Jake out and paint by hand the apples and pears, which is Cockney rhyming slang for stairs, which is a bit of a diversion anyway. Finally made it round to the apples. When I have prepared this part, I'm now going to further refine the mask by importing it and directly editing it. It's a wee bit bumpy, but we have ways of dealing with that. Oh yes, I noticed that in using the screen mode, the black wasn't as deep, so I used levels to make the blacks totally black. And now I use a couple of applications of flow and an application of coherence to smooth the hand-drawn bits, and then apply a blur so that the edges of the mask blend sweetly. So I load my mask, and when I use the gradient, I'm going to make it into a blue background because there are green elements. I'm going to use chroma for compositing the plate, and so I will use a green background, a blue background, sorry, so that the green items on the plate won't be deleted when chroma is used. There's no blue items on the plate. So that's saved now with a blue background, and we now prepare a background for the plate to be imported upon. We'll use a texture to give us a sort of rough tablecloth design. A little bit of hunting around in the vintage preset. No, that won't do. No, there we are, tablecloth. And then all that remains is to go chroma, change the delete color to blue, and import the plate. And it can be resized at will. And there you have it. And I hope you find this tutorial helpful.